Good morning. Good morning. Wellbeing Wednesday. We're now into June, Wednesday, the 7th of June. Where did that time go? Flaming June. Speaking of June, hello, June, if you're watching the recording. June isn't joining us this morning. She's getting ready for her daughter's wedding. How exciting. Welcome wherever you are. If you're watching the recording, if you're watching live, if you're in another country or here, you are very welcome. On behalf of the People's Health Alliance, welcome and thank you for joining us. We're going straight over to the beautiful mental health ambassador, Helen, and she's going to take us through some meditation and breathing exercises. Good morning, Helen.
Good morning. I don't know whether you can hear my dog in the background or not. No, good. Good. Good morning, everybody that's here and everybody that's watching on Catch Up. Welcome to Wellbeing Wednesday. I believe it is the 7th of June. So we are into Flaming June, and here in Era, it absolutely has been beautiful for the past week or so. So hoping that that carries forward. Usually 2 weeks of sunshine does a summer make in Ireland. I do try to remind people that it's a 3-month season, but that doesn't seem to get me very far. So now I'm going to invite you all to let us start our day. So I invite you all to just close your eyes or soften your gaze. We're safe to do so. If you're driving, please don't do this. I was talking to someone the other day who did Wim Hof's breathing and was actually driving and almost passed out. I shouldn't laugh. But I was like, really? You decided to do it in the car driving? But anyway, we won't be Wim Hofing today, but close your eyes, soften your gaze, shuffle your buttocks if you need to. If you're lying down, make sure that you're comfortable. And just begin to actually become aware of the chair, the bed, the ground beneath you. Know that you are supported. And know that you are safe and that you are able to respond to whatever life may require of you during this meditation. I want you to just become aware of the sounds of your own environment and the sounds of mine. You may hear the birds, you may hear my dog barking, you may hear turf cutters in the background. Be aware of the sounds that you can hear. And bring your attention to what you can smell as you breathe. If anything, you may not hear anything, you may not smell anything. There's no requirement to just bring your awareness to the various senses. Any fluctuations of light or vision. Any tastes within your mouth or upon your lips, depending upon how you're breathing. The feel of the environment. Is it cool? Is it warm? Is there a breeze? And a general how you are right now, how you're feeling, what thoughts are passing through your mind, if any. Just becoming aware. There's no reason to do anything. Just be aware of what you can hear, what you see, what you feel, what you taste, what you smell. Notice any recurring thoughts that may be coming through. And now invite you to take 3 deep, full breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth if this is comfortable, but making your exhale longer than your inhale. Allow your shoulders to drop. Allow your jaw to unclench if it's clenched. Offering gratitude for the nourishment and nutrients that the air brings to you. With each breath and each sound, allowing yourself to relax. Breathing in and out and normalizing your breath, however that is for you. Just want you to go back in time, just it might be hours, it might be moments, to when you first became conscious of this day. What were your first thoughts? If you had any, what were the first sounds that you heard? The first conversation Has anything made you laugh already? Has anything saddened you? Have you had to travel to be here? Just going through your day thus far. I'm aware that for many, it's still morning, so there might not be a lot. Just go through your day and how you are right here, right now. I want you to take a moment to think about how you would like the rest of your day to look. What is your to-do list like? Just allow yourself a moment to let those thoughts and those to-dos come in. And notice whether you're excited, whether you have any emotion at all towards what's coming, what you have planned, whether there's anything that you're dreading. Just bringing your attention to what you have planned for the day, or if you have nothing at all, but to just spend time with yourself. And how that is for you in this moment. Does it make your tummy turn? Are you filled with excitement or dread? No judgments, just awareness of how you are and how you want your day, how your day is looking, and how you want to engage with your day. So breathing in and out, just think about your day and how you want it to be. Anything that is not how you would like it or that you have any reservations about, turn that frown upside down and think what you can do to make it a little better, to make it a little bit more your way. Perhaps you need to breathe and take a moment if you perceive any stresses. But your day is here. Your day has begun. And you are blessed and gifted with its presence. So with the awareness of how your day is looking, how your day has begun, and how you wish your day to be, I now invite you to take another 3 deep, full breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, if comfortable. With awareness, rejuvenated, restored, and ready for the day that is to come. In your own time, open your eyes, give yourself a little shoulder shake, just to wake yourself up. Move yourself just a little bit. Open your eyes and be here. I will go on when everybody's their eyes open. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the world. It's here waiting for you. Right, we're now going to go into some breathing exercises. There's 2 breathing exercises that I want to go through with you. There are lots and lots of breathing exercises. I mentioned the Wim Hof method earlier. And breathing exercises have been around since we began to breathe. There's nothing new in them. The first one I'm going to show you is the belly breath. It's called diaphragmatic. It's about breathing from the diaphragm, and it's got a proper name like that I can't say. But anyway, we're going to do it. I call it the belly breath. And as it happens, this is the way that we are supposed to breathe. Most of us, I want you to just, as you're sitting here, just breathe in and out. And do your shoulders go up and down? Does your chest rise? How do you breathe? So just, first of all, let's just bring and notice. And as soon as you say notice something, you already want to adjust it. So try not to, but just sit how you want to sit and just notice where you're breathing. Are you breathing into your chest? Are your shoulders going up and down? You know, what's happening when you breathe? Which parts of your body are moving? So the belly breath is actually the way that we are supposed to breathe, as I said. And I first became aware of the way that we're supposed to breathe many, many years ago. My brother was involved in a car accident. And when I went to see him in the hospital, he was wired up to a machine that was breathing for him. And his chest was going up and down and up and down. And I was like, what's wrong with him? And the nurses assured me, no, that's how much oxygen we're supposed to be taking in. Most of us breathe very shallowly. I said that word okay. We don't breathe correctly. We just breathe in and out very quickly. So now we're going to look at the belly breath. So you're going to get to see my belly, and I'll put it side on for you. So the belly breath is, we're going to hear, I want you to put one hand sort of on your high chest. Let me just move that up maybe a touch, and one hand on your belly. So just breathe normally and see what happens. With the belly breath, we're going to breathe through the belly. So we're going to breathe in. Did you see my belly kind of expand there? My hand gets pushed out and breathe. And when you breathe out, the hand comes in. Breathe in and out. Now, this isn't easy to do straight away. So don't think that you're supposed to be able to push your hand out and pull your hand in. I mean, you can do it without breathing, but when you actually breathe, it's a little bit different, and it's not very, it's not the easiest thing to do. And your hand is there just to guide you. You don't have to have your hands there. You can just breathe. But with the hand there, you can feel whether your hand is going up and down. If you are standing doing this, by the way, and it is best to do it standing, in all fairness, when you're first doing it, do just bend your knees slightly and possibly tilt your pelvis forward. That really helps with your lower back as well. And not like this, you're not doing that. You're just kind of dropping into your knees and allowing your pelvis to switch forward. And then again, we're going to breathe into the belly. And as we breathe out, the belly goes in. If we can breathe like this all of the time, can you imagine what it's doing for our body, with our entire body receiving all of the oxygen that it needs to function? I would encourage you to try and make this the way that you breathe. But if not, at least once or twice a day, do this breathing exercise. If I was a little bit slimmer up here, maybe you would see the belly breath a bit better, but my belly is coming in and out. Trust me, it is. But it's with the air. You're breathing in the air. So, and you can breathe in through the nose or the mouth. It's entirely up to you. Just take practice. So do practice this. And you're trying to get your breath into this part of you're trying to get this part of your body going. And I mean, I know this part of my body was going, but you are actually trying for your lower bit, just where your diaphragm actually, around here. I'm kind of moving around my whole belly, but around here, I think this is where your diaphragm is. So it's this part of your belly that you're trying to get to go. So the top part then goes, as I expand the bottom, the top, which is my lung, where my lungs are up here as well, that starts to expand. Now the belly breath, as I say, this is the way that we're supposed to breathe. So that's you taking in the most oxygen you can, which will oxygenate all of your cells, obviously, feed your body. It encourages sleep. It helps with sleep. It helps with anxiety. It helps with lots of different things. But ultimately, it helps us to breathe the way that we should, which is really important. If we're breathing correctly, we do take our breath somewhat for granted. If you do stop breathing, I really hope you RIP, in all fairness, because breath is life. And I want you to think of that when you're doing that, when you're breathing, think of life, because that's what your breath is giving you. We're going to use the belly breath now to do another breathing exercise, which is the box breath. And I want you to belly breathe as you box breath. The box breath, that's got other names as well, but it's from the yogic pranayama something. These all have proper big names that I do know that are somewhere within here. And perhaps if I belly breathed more often, I do try, my brain would receive enough oxygen for the memory to forward these things to you. Now, the box breath is a breath that is very, very good for reducing anxiety and stress in the moment. Ultimately, it's a distractory kind of breath. You're distracting whatever is going on around you, and you bring your focus to your breath. It is something that the American Navy SEALs use when they need to bring down their anxiety levels and to control their breath. If you find yourself in a situation where you're feeling anxious, you're feeling that you might be kind of not quite in control of everything, this is a wonderful breath that you can do anywhere, and no one really needs to know that you're doing it. So you can lower, I would say for this, we're going to keep our head up and we're going to do it. But if you are in a situation, if you're standing in a room with people, you can literally just drop your breath. If you're sitting anywhere, you can literally just drop your head and do the breath. You can do this sitting, even though, with the belly breath as well. And what the box breath is, it's called the box breath because it creates a box. There's 4 sides to it. There's 4 inhales. There's 4 holds. There's 4, when I say 4, for a count of 4, you inhale. For a count of 4, you hold your breath. For a count of 4, you release the breath. And for a count of 4, you have an empty lung system. Okay, so that's why it's called the box. If you are doing this, if you find yourself in a state of anxiousness, nervousness, whatever, and you're doing this, it might be difficult. This might not be as easy to do as while you're in a relaxed state. So it is something that I would encourage you to practice if you know that you're going into, when you go into certain situations, that you might start to feel a little bit out of control. This is something that you can practice and that you can do. It's just another tool to add to your kit. There's obviously lots of things that you can do. So we're going to practice this now. And we're going to belly breathe. So when we're breathing, we're actually going to use the belly breath rather than just our normal breath. And if we can connect those two when we actually need the box breath, that will also aid in helping to bring a state of harmony back to your system. We have 2 kind of nervous systems, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. When we're in those states of anxiousness, we are in the sympathetic nervous system. And by breathing, exhaling is the one that actually tells the body it's okay. Because most of the time, if you think about it, when you're heightened, you're holding your breath. As soon as you relax and release your breath, so the release of breath is extremely important. So I'm going to raise my hand to hold and do this. So that for those that want to watch, if you don't want to count, or if you want to, I will count as well. If you're with somebody that might be having a panic attack, this is a really good thing that you can do to help them. And you can, because they will try to breathe with your hand movements. It's a visual that people can follow when there's too much else going on. So are we ready to do the box breath? We're going to go in for 4. So in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. So you can do that with whenever and however many times you like. As I say, when you're first, maybe if you're using this to reduce any adverse feelings and emotions that you might be having, you might be going, you might be hyperventilating. So it might take some time to actually, don't beat yourself up. And this is where the practice of that breath comes into play. So you can do that anytime, any place, anywhere. And on that note, I believe we're going over to the fabulous Maureen. So practice your breathing, guys. You do it naturally anyway, but practice your breath out. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. Breathing is just so important. And I remember in a yoga class once, the very first time I did structured breathing and thought I was going to die because I didn't know how to do it. And it was like, I really went into a panic because it's like, I don't know. And it was in a moment, I actually felt like I'd forgotten how to breathe. It was hilarious. So, and it does get easier. So thank you so much for that, Helen. And I love the little kitten floating around in the background, coming to see us. It was like abs 2. Oh, right. Okay. Which reminds me, today it's okay. Have you heard of the phrase, think of your day? And if you're going to plan your day, eat the frog first. Basically, get over the worst thing of the day. So as soon as you've got it over and done with, then there's no need to be thinking about it anymore. So have a think about your day, and have you got any frogs? If so, there is a book, I can't remember, I've got it on my shelf somewhere, called Eat That Frog. And it's about how we prioritize our time so that we can make best use of it and also be as productive as we choose to be. And an awful lot of people can be really good for a wide variety of reasons of procrastinating. So I'm just looking after 4 cats this week for the cat rescue. And I don't know, there's been in the last week a real animal theme in my world. And not one of the 4 that I'm looking after, but this other little tiny little rescue whose eye was full of bile ulcer and sadly had to have the eye removed yesterday. This tiny little being going through the toughest of times and yet not complaining, not whinging. And then also my my friend's dog, an amazing little trooper, an absolute, totally going through struggles towards his old age and just going through and just getting on with it and making the best of it all. And I don't know if you see anything to do with the media, but there's a bit of a storm going on at the moment. And I think it's a great lesson for us to avoid going into victim mode, because when we go into victim mode, it stops us achieving. So there's a television program where there's big upset in there. Psychologically, behaviorally, and language wise, it's incredibly interesting to watch. But they're all displaying victimism. They're all in victims in one way or another. Now, I think they should be teaching us a better lesson of things happen unexpectedly, but let's move on. So let's do that. The people in the show over the years, they've interviewed probably thousands of psychotherapists, therapists, counselors, all sorts of help. Why aren't they turning to help? So I want you to think about what would work for you in your world to make you feel better. So I'm not saying you have to go outside, you can become your own coach. One of the best things in life that we can be is our own motivational coach. And how does that happen? It starts with a goal. So let's look at today as being your winning Wednesday, your winning Wellbeing Wednesday. So I want you to have a little think. How can you win today? What do you want to win? And if life is a bit challenging, you might go, oh, everything's just so heavy and it's so bad. No, let's go. Whilst we're in Wellbeing Wednesday, we've got this hour to ourselves and it's our hour. And let's be lovely and positive. How can I win today? What do I want to win? And it could be something big or something small. It could be I'm looking after the kittens, and it could be, okay, I'm going to win. I'm going to get the meeting. Now, interestingly, as a human being, our own self-awareness is an incredible skill. It's not just something that we have and we don't have. It's a skill to be developed. And we want to be aware of what needs attention. Now, because of these little kittens, I was feeding them farm-bought chicken. And they woofed it away. Whoa, woof. And it's like, because they started the food that they've got, the kitten food, they were just licking the juice and leaving all the bits. So I gave them some farm, that was for me, some farm chicken, woofed it away. So I got them from one of the main economy shops, let's call it, some chicken, and cooked them some chicken. Wouldn't touch it. Now the chicken looks the same, totally looks the same as the other chicken, but there's a difference. But the cats wouldn't touch it. Now, how would I know as a human being that difference in food? It's awareness is amazing. And sometimes it can be a real skillful job. So winning Wednesday, how can you win today? I want you to think about, what can you do today to make you buzz, right? So think about it in this hour. Yeah, that's it, Helen. Dancing, definitely on the cards. What can you do to make it buzz? Think about a goal that you'd like to achieve, and it could be something as beautiful as going and complaining about some goods that you've not received, going for a walk for the first time, tidying out a cupboard. It doesn't matter what it is, but something. It's so wonderful to be setting goals. Now, I woke up, and have you ever had a really weird dream? And for the first time, and I've been sleeping all my life, for the first time, and I've had lots of dreams through my life, first time I had a dream where I was dissociated. So in my dream, I could see me doing something. And it was really mad. So the me that I was watching was taking part in some form of presentation event and speaking in front of a crowd of about, I don't know, 100 people, some words about whoever it was. I don't even know who it was in my dream. But for some reason in my dream, so I've learned over the years how to do that comfortably without any anxiety or nerves and just thoroughly enjoy it. So it's nice and easy for me now. But in my dream, watching the other me, she bottled it. She was like, and it's like, what are you doing? You know how to do this. What is going on? You know exactly how to do that. What are you doing? And the me came off the stage and into the wings. And I said to myself, what are you doing? What's going on? And me reflected back to me saying, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's like, of course you can. You've done it thousands of times before. Just get out and do what you enjoy doing, what you want to do. And as I was trying to encourage myself, I got my hair caught in a light shade that was hanging off the ceiling. So I actually got caught. So I couldn't move. And the people around me, I was asking for help, but quietly, because there was a stage performance thing going on and nobody was helping me. And it's like, what a weird dream. But the people couldn't see me and didn't know how to help me. So they all just stayed away. So I think there's some lovely metaphors in dreams. And when you wake up, think about, okay, how am I feeling? So some dreams can actually set our day into going in one direction or another. Take the learning from it. So what is going to make you feel buzz today? What is going to make you feel satisfied? And it can be just something simple. It could be, in this day and age, does anybody understand what this is? Darning a hole in my socks. So my sports socks, I've got a hole in. It's like, they're not even a year old and they've got a hole in. That's outrageous, because I've got some socks that are more than 10 years old that are still going without a hole in. So what is it? Okay, so I want you to think about speaking up for yourself. I've had, oh, brilliant. Thank you, Helen. Perfect example. A client who has reported back to me, and she's incredibly proud of herself. She's bought some goods, and this might seem so little to many people. She's bought some goods and they were just not fit for purpose. And she decided to go back to the shop and say, they're not fit for purpose. Now, if you do that regularly, you'll just do that, like breathing, like Helen's breathing. Yeah, it's easy, you can do that. But for this lady, it was like climbing a mountain without any support. And it was amazing how she felt afterwards. Beforehand, she did some tapping to help manage the emotions before she went in. She rehearsed what she was going to say, but she still had the terror inside. And then when she did it, wow, what a difference. So whenever we're setting the goals, and no matter how we're feeling, if we've got that anxiety and terror, that's why we do the frog first thing. Do it as quick as you can. And I've never met anybody who has been disappointed with having achieved something after they've gone through, whether it's some anxiety, fear, but they've had to go, carried on. I've never met anybody that says, do you know what? I wish I hadn't achieved. So achieving is so wonderful. So think about what today is going to be my day. What is the win I'm going to have? So seven little steps. Set a goal. Okay, it could be, here's some options for you. It could be, today I'm going to eat healthy. What does that mean to you? Eat healthy. Now, taking part in last week's talk by Gar made me realize how I thought I was doing pretty well, and how much numptiness is still in me in terms of learning about me, my health, the things that I do in life. And so we're forever learning. So eating wise, what can I do? Now, on Monday, I went the whole day without a coffee. Not intentionally, but I just had water all day. And then I came to a point and thought, I've not had a coffee yet. And I thought, I'm not going to. I'm just going to see what happens purely with water. And so I just had water for the whole of the day. And then yesterday, it was lunchtime when I had my first coffee. My coffees are very weak anyway, the very many people wouldn't call them a coffee. But I went all that time. And then when I came to taste the coffee, it tasted differently. It didn't actually taste as appealing. So eating wise, what can we do? We can learn, and we are continually learning so much from Wellbeing Wednesday. So let's look and think about maybe eating healthily. Now, what about treating ourselves? Treating ourselves. Let's do so even in Wellbeing Wednesday, let's treat ourselves right here and now. So what you can do, if your feet are handy or your hands, whatever. So what you can do is just grab a hold of a foot and just give it a loving massage. So if that's easy and okay to do, just as you're massaging, either massaging your foot or massage your hands, and just love your hands and love your feet for all that they do. And just thoroughly enjoy that. Now I'm doing that and I can actually feel that there's tension in my feet. Who knew that first thing on a Wellbeing Winning Wednesday morning that I would have tension in my feet? And then just switch over to the other one and just give it a nice and beautifully. You're actually working your hip area as well by just moving this. But if you're just using with your hands, that's so lovely. It's like, oh, and give your hands a loving massage. Put some hand cream on and just love your hands and just be thankful for all that your hands do. And if you've not got all your digits, be ultra thankful to the ones that you have. And if there's any negativity, just brush it, just pull it and brush it off your hands, and tell your hands and tell your body, thank you so much. I love you for doing such a great job. Fabulous. And give them a little shake. So treat yourself today. Even if you've not got resources, money, you can still treat yourself. You can give yourself a massage. Find on your head, around your head and your neck, any tension, and just give yourself a little bit of a massage. And as you're massaging, talk to the parts that might have tension, because they're working hard. They might be working overtime. They might be working too hard. And just thank them and give them maybe 5 minutes off and just tell them, okay, for 5 minutes, just relax and enjoy. So even if you just first thing in the morning, I find that if I do this, I find tension that I'm not aware of, because we can have tension from the way that we sleep, from how our pillows are. So treat yourself. Now, another thing, and you can do this whilst in the next few minutes, I want you to think of 7 things that you're proud of in you. 7 things. So it could be, and this is to be proud of, that you are continually open to learning, that you are continually learning. Not everybody is. There was a lady that is in a real challenged health situation that I was talking to not so long ago, and so sadly not open to learning. I was telling her about all Wellbeing Wednesday wise guys with phenomenal wisdom, not interested. And I thought, how can you not be interested when you're desperate to recover? How can you not be interested to learn about how to eat your way to health? I just unbelievable. So let's look at things we're proud of. What else are we proud of? For having a go, for getting up early and being on Wellbeing Wednesday. Yes, which is great. The earlier I get up, the more when I do things like this, and so it's always useful to go back to Wellbeing Wednesday, a video, wake up first thing in the morning and play it. A lot of people, because we're now in summer, are waking up earlier and going, oh, I'm waking up too early. No, maybe that's your body saying, we're in summer, let's wake up early. So if you find in the mornings that you've got that extra time, flick on one of the Wellbeing Wednesday videos and do some Qigong, do whatever, goal setting, make it happen. What else can we be proud of? We can be proud of how we're loving people, how we're considerate of people, how we can help each other. It doesn't have to be big. I put the neighbours' bins out this morning and it's kind of like, yeah, I'm proud because I remembered to do it. So think about 7 things that you can be proud of. Proud of the fact that you're loving yourself and, massaging your hands and your feet. So treat yourself. List things that you're proud of. Now, get moving, and Kerry's going to get us moving ever so shortly. And it can be something as small as a walk later, or if you sat at your screen all day, give yourself, even if it's only 30 seconds away from the screen, and just shake and refresh, roll the shoulders, avoid that tech neck. We've talked about the tech neck before. So as we're on our computers or looking down, the head is so heavy, and we want to be as careful as we can with our neck and shoulder areas. So get moving, even if it's dancing. Send love to somebody that might need it. Send love to somebody across the world that really does need it. Now, there's a wonderful podcast that I listened to yesterday. So anytime I'm having a down day or feeling challenged or feeling that life's unfair, that is the podcast I'm going to go watch and listen to, by a guy called it's Knewj, Knewj, and he had I think he was called Peter. Forgotten his surname now, but it was amazing. That gentleman's life so far, wow. No matter how bad your day is, go and listen. It will make you feel so grateful to having the life that you're having. So it's a good ending story. So it's not, it's not wholly downhill, but it allows us to understand the challenges. Because sometimes, especially for example, if we're watching the television an awful lot, we can fall into the victim place. And there are an awful lot of victims at the moment on television that are victims for no good reason. I'm a victim because I don't know how much they earn. It might, let's say it's a £500,000 a year. I'm a victim because I'm on £500,000 a year and everybody loves me and I have an entourage, and I don't have to do so much. I don't have to think too much. So compare that to what this guy's story is. That were nothing. So we want to be, and it's about choice. So if you want to be a victim, that's fine. I would recommend, if you want to be a victim, put a time frame on it, because when we're in victim mode, it stops us achieving. It stops us feeling great about ourselves. There may be some gain because it gets you out of doing a particular job or whatever. So make sure, if you're going to do victim, do it safely. So let's get ourselves motivated. Send love to somebody that is needing it. So let's just do that now for literally 10 seconds. So just listen to your breath, as Helen has just taught us, and just have your eyes fixed on a spot somewhere in front of you, and just breathe, and just imagine sending love and support to someone in another part of the world that is desperately low, that really has the world up against them. Send them love. Send them that it is going to be okay, and send them connection. Send them that you care. You may be a stranger, but it doesn't matter. You care. And just breathe. And who knows, that might just land. But not just that, the way that we are as a system, it can actually have a boomerang effect and make us feel good about ourselves. So anytime that we're feeling low, what we can do is send love, support to somebody that needs it, because there are an awful lot of people in this world who are not loved, do not feel loved, do not have people around them, do not feel cared for. And that's very awful. Luckily, everybody here, whether you're watching live or watching on video, we all care about you. We genuinely care about you. We love you, and we want you to have your best life. And that is the truth. Every single one of the presenters, I'm sure, will agree that that is what we're all about. So there is love out there. There is caring. So send love. We've got lots of it. It's not that when we send it, we get empty. No, we're a factory, and we can create even much more, and it just becomes so lovely. Isn't it nice to be around people that ooze love, to be around children that are oozing love and acceptance? And so let's send love, and let's look at the L's. Learn, learn, learn. We cannot learn enough. One of the beautiful things I love about the Wellbeing Wednesday is the continued learning, because we cover so much, and some of them we might, because our lives are fast, we might forget. So what I'd like us to do now is to reflect back on one of those learnings, and remembering June, who hopefully is going to have the most beautiful week. And I just want you to just gently rub. So thinking when she gets back, must ask her, will she do the brushing? So just in your arms, just rub your arms and just love yourself. And just give yourself some caring, and just give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug with some little twist, like you would if you're a child, going, I love me, I love me. Because we all still have that inner child inside of us, and it can be very, very, very useful. And then from there, now we can all really breathe really well. We can do this so easy. We're going to do belly laughs. So what I want you to do is just imagine, just imagine you're an actress or an actor, and you're going to Hollywood want you, but they just want to see what you like doing a belly laugh for a screen test. So, and you're really comfortable and you're really confident. So all you're going to do now is you're just going to laugh out loud, the biggest laugh. And we're just going to do that for literally 10 seconds. So just breathe in and just four more seconds. 3. And just breathe. Now, if you're in a library, wait till you get home. But doing something like that just for a few seconds sends fantastic, vibrant energy through your whole mind, body, and your whole system. So, and notice how relaxed we can feel, because we're working with all of our systems. We're working with our breathing, we're working with our parasympathetic nervous system, we're getting the mind to be focused in particular directions so that it repeats and generates even more positive thoughts. So today, think, how am I going to win? What am I going to win? What are the difficult jobs that I have to do today? Do them first, get them out of the way, and be proud. Do them, set a goal. I'm going to do the dirty job, and I'm going to do it fast, and I'm going to enjoy it. Even though part of you thinks that would be weird, because I really don't. So I've got some litter trays that I will be changing. I'm doing them every hour at the moment. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to see how fast I can do it. And I'm going to enjoy it. And it's going to be lovely because it's all fresh and clean. And then you put the lid on and then more pops in. So thank you so much. Winning Wednesday. How can you win? You can win. It's your choice. Little wins, big wins. If it's a big goal, take a little step. And go back and watch Wellbeing Wednesdays. So thank you. That's it from me.
Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Maureen. That was brilliant, as always. And didn't get a chance to say thank you to Helen because we went straight into Maureen. However, there is one thing we should just mention, Maureen, because you are now PHA ambassador as well.
Yes.
So we have two this morning. We have Helen and Maureen.
Thank you. It's really a privilege, and it's so lovely to be asked. So thank you all.
And I was just also thinking about what Helen said earlier during the meditation, when you wake up in the morning and how you're feeling. And I just wondered very quickly if there is something we can do to ensure we have our best day. I know you've given us some tips as well, Maureen, but when you're laying there thinking, oh, what are like positive manifestations, what can we do very quickly?
Yeah, if we wake up,
sorry.
we can have had a bad dream. We could have had a bad dream, or we've got a challenging day ahead. Just quite simply, get your mind and decide. You've got two paths: the path of doom and the path of positivity. Just think, no matter what, I'm going to do this. But instead of lying there, get up. Get up and get going, get doing. Sing whilst you're brushing your teeth. Think about your positives. Think about how you're going to make happen what you want to happen, even if it's something unwanted. So there's all sorts of things in law. Just set, no, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it well. Recognize where your shoulders are, pull your shoulders, roll your shoulders back, tell yourself you're feeling great. So talk to yourself in your most positive way. You are your own coach, and we've all got that coaching capability. So just tell yourself, come on, I'm going to do this. I can do this. I've gone through worse. And yes, keep on that simple positive path. But yeah, forget lying in bed and ruminating, because that will take away your energy. It will make it harder getting out of bed, and it will make it harder for your mind to get onto that positive track. So just nice and simply, just go, right, okay, getting up. Just like a 5-year-old who doesn't like staying in bed, gets out of bed in the morning, wakes up, and then is up, right, today's today, and I want to go and do some play. Might have to do my homework, I might have to do my chores, but I'm going to get those done as fast as possible. And then I'm going to get to enjoying my day.
Thank you, Maureen. Helen, did you want to say something too?
Yeah, I would say if you wake up and you're not in that right place, get up, getting up, make your bed. Just simple things. When you're having a shower, if you know what's causing, you need to acknowledge the fact that you're where you are and however you're feeling. So this is how I'm feeling. There's no right or wrong in whatever's going on for you. It is what it is. To deny it or to try and ignore it usually doesn't work very well. But just acknowledge exactly how you're feeling. Get out of bed. If you shower in the morning or bath or however, whatever you do, when you're showering, actually visualize the water cleansing you of whatever attachments may no longer serve you, what might, and actually see them and visualize them literally being washed away and recycled back into the earth at some point, depending on your plumbing system. But visualize the actual and do some exercise if you can, do some breathing exercises, possibly meditate. But it is about altering your mindset, and a really good way to do that is what you're about to do, is to move, to actually change the physical energy within your body. And that can be, so it's not so much when I wake up, but if like between clients, if I need to shake off whatever's there, go for a walk, earthing. I'd encourage everyone to get out and stand on the earth first thing in the morning, directly, if you can. I'd encourage people to pibble on the earth too as well, your first PP, and say good morning to the earth. It brings a smile to your face. It might make you chuckle, might make you wonder what's going on with the neighbours, but it takes you out of that space of like, oh, this is how I feel right now. But do acknowledge how you're feeling, do acknowledge what's going on for you. And then once you've acknowledged it, you're actually in charge of how you respond to that, and what you need to put in place in order to alleviate whatever that might be. If you are finding yourself in, if it's depression and things like that, then that might take a bit longer to do. But get out of bed, make your bed. There's a really good meme, whatever they're called, video, inspirational video of a US naval officer, and he gives you really good reasons why you should make your bed. And even if you just start with making your bed, there may be chaos all around it, but you make your bed every day. And then once that becomes the habit, you then just move out a little bit, and maybe you just pick up the bits around your bed and you just move it out slowly. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. You climb a mountain one step at a time. So be kind to yourself, acknowledge what's going on, visualize it rushing away. Yeah, sorry, there you go. I think that's it.
And I just add as well, because Helen mentioned in the shower, one of the most useful things that we can do, if we're so often we're talking to ourselves on the path of doom, what we can do when we get into the shower, we can sing. So if we sing a happy song, then our mind is occupied with happiness. But when we're just silently thinking about the problems and challenges that we've got in life, we're embedding them. So even just in the shower, singing a happy song, and we all know every little cell in our body.
I know what's coming.
and the absolute drops on your head is massaging, and it is actually part of your therapy. It's tapping on acupressure points. So you could even sing a happy song and just tap, and that can help change your whole mind, body and program system. So yeah, brilliant.
Thank you. Wise words as always from everybody. I think that's really important when you said, or it's a different way of thinking, acknowledge what it is and then asking, what can I do? And you have that power to make that choice. But then if you acknowledge there's something, then hopefully you can even reach out, because I think some people can't even acknowledge there's anything wrong to start with, maybe. So we've been talking about breathing this morning and doing some fabulous breathing exercises. But I'm going to talk about Tabata. And Tabata is, if anybody doesn't know, I'll explain a little bit about it. But when you do Tabata training, which is a type of high intensity interval training, you don't actually use oxygen. So obviously you do use some, otherwise you'd not be able to do anything, but it's anaerobic. So you're exercising with oxygen deficiency. So you need to get your energy from stored glucose, which is from your food, and it's in your cells, and that's what you'll use rather than oxygen. So in some ways it's better for you. You get quite good gains, cardiovascular endurance improves, etc. But it's one of those interval trainings where you need to have good technique. So I use it a lot. It was designed for cardiovascular training. Dr. What was his name? Izumi Tabata. So he actually came up with the idea as a coach for speed training, speed skaters. It was a group of them actually designed a way of improving their cardiovascular endurance, and it was so effective, and it's been adopted around the world for different training. So it's predominantly to get your heart rate up. That's how you feel, and you will feel breathless. But as a trainer myself, I use it in lots of different ways. So with my classes, I incorporate weights, core exercises. So we're not specifically doing cardiovascular moving. It's more I think it's quite good because it stops people being bored. You're working out to a time, whereas other high intensity interval training, I've caught what Helen had, HIIT training, you can adapt the seconds of working and the seconds of resting, whereas Tabata is predominantly 20 seconds of the hardest you can work and then 10 seconds rest. You do that 8 times and then you have 1 minute's rest before the next set. So what I would advise if you're a beginner, you would do everything low impact and well before you try doing anything to your maximum. And that's why it can be adapted for everybody in all different types of exercise. So I know my mum who's here, she takes part quite a lot in all my Tabatas. So we might do kettlebell swings, we might do planks. But today I'm just going to get you warmed up and then just go through 3 or 4 cardiovascular moves that we can take down to a low intensity level as well and give you the 2 options. So you won't hear my timer, but I will do some finger moves of 3, 2, 1. And so you'll know when we've got the seconds to work, seconds to off, excuse me. So if you feel like joining in, please do so. Take it easy. Don't join in if it's the first time you've ever exercised and get some help or advice from you. Oh, sorry, I need a bit of water. From your health practitioner. Keep safe, rest when you need to. Take it easy. Okay, so when we're ready, let's stand. Hopefully you'll be able to see me. General guide to a warm-up. I try to do move all body parts between 6 and 12 times, depending on the time available. Good 5 minutes of warm-up. But as we're only doing a short workout, we might just minimize that a little bit. So when we're ready, oh, I'm not sure. Can you see my feet? Can you see me? Yeah, thank you. Okay, when we're ready, just start moving your feet. Once you're moving, you're there. You're eating the frog. That frog is being eaten. Okay, just shrug your shoulders, get a little bit warmed up. You can start shaking the hands. Make the moves a little bit bigger. So we're going to sidestep a bit more. You'll feel your arms naturally start swinging. Don't force anything. Keep it natural. When you're ready, we're going to start taking one foot behind the other. Keeping the moves small, allow the arms just to swing naturally like they do. This is even cross crawl. June would be so proud. Let's do 4 more. And then we're going to take the leg across the front of the body this time, getting a nice twist. And again, keep the arms going. You might want to make the moves a little bit bigger as you get warmer. Let's go for 3 more. And then we're going to reach the arm across the body and lifting that heel so we're not putting any pressure on the knees. If you want, have a little dip of the knees. Again, you can start small, then reach the arms shoulder height, and then up slightly if you want to. So you can go 10, 9, 8. 3 more. Okay, when you're ready, just come to standing. We're going to lift alternate knees. Again, you can just toe tap if it's not in you to lift the knees high. I was saying earlier how Maureen and Helen are flexible. Their knees are up and their knees are up by their ears. Okay, bring the arms in. So we're going to take them over the head. We're going to do it for 10 more. Last 3. And then relax. We're going to get our heels towards the bottom. So standing, facing forwards. I call these butt kicks. Slightly pushed back with the palms facing backwards. We're going to do 8, 7, 3 more. Okay, just come to standing. We'll do a few little low squats. So knees come forward, follow the direction of the toes, bottom goes back. As low down as you feel comfortable. 2 more. And then what we're going to do is swing the arms down, swing them up and stretch through. So again, it's not a massive squat unless you feel comfortable doing so. More of a big knee bend. Just make sure that the knees follow the toes, bottom goes back, no pressure through the knees. Let's do 4 more. 2 more. Last one. Well done. When you're ready, you're just going to take that one leg behind the other and bend the knees. Little curtsies. Now these are great because they're going to get us ready for our first aerobic anaerobic exercise if you want to, or aerobic. We're going to do some skaters, which seems to be fitting for doing Tabata. Let's do 3 more. And relax. Well done. So we are ready to go. Just give yourselves a couple of shoulder rolls forward and back. So our first one, I'm just going to get the timer ready. We're not going to do 8 cycles. We just maybe do 3 or 4. Speed skating. One leg goes behind the other. One arm reaches forward. Hop, reach, hop, reach. If you're feeling really good, really strong, touch the floor. If you want to, bend the knees. Step in and point in. This is your low impact. This will be aerobic, so you're using oxygen to help you move. 3 seconds and relax. Well done. 10 seconds rest. Get some breathing in. Get your belly breathing in while we're resting. And we're going again. Let's go. So if you're going fast, let's go. Or if you're slow, that's fine. If you want to make it more of a curtsy, don't forget, this is your workout. Whatever you're feeling. And relax. Well done. That's 2 times. Let's just do 1 more. We've got 3 seconds, 2, and we're going again. Let's go. You should start to feel really breathless if you're going fast. If you're doing yours at a lower intensity, that's good. You're moving. As long as you're moving, it really doesn't matter. And relax. Well done. So you can see, if you do this 8 times, it is quite demanding. I'm going to show you something else. We're only doing that 3, don't worry, relax. So we have got something called drop squats. This time your feet are wide. The knees still follow the direction of the toes. You're going to squat down. Make sure the knees come back and not forward. When you come up, bring the arms overhead. When you come down, the arms scoop. So we're going up and down. I'm going to start the timer. So carry on. This will be your low impact version. If you want to make it harder, the feet will come together as you come up, back into your squat. This is harder. This is faster. You choose. And relax. We went 1 second over. So we've got 3, 2, 1. Let's go again. If you want to do this without such a knee bend, jumping jacks. So there are your options. Stay with this. We're back to these. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, I'm really breathless now. We've got 4 seconds for the last set of these. 3, 2, let's go. Don't forget, keep it low and slow if you want to. Well done. If you've got children involved, get them moving. 3 seconds. And relax. Well done. We'll do one more. We do high knees. And I love high knees because you can do them so many different ways. We can do a low impact version. We can do a high. Or you can literally do high knees. Okay, let's go. So maybe we'll start lower. If you're breathless, you need a rest, just take it down. Well done, Helen's going for it. Helen's got the high knees going. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo. Okay, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I've got to do this as Helen was. I was going to do it slower. Get your arms up if you want. Don't forget, every time you put your arms in the air, your heart rate will increase. Sorry, Helen, that's not on screen. 3, 2, 1, and relax. We do one more. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm going to do double, so I can get my arms up as well. If you can, get that knee above your waist. You're working your midsection. Get the abs on fire. No point doing crunches. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Okay, so can you imagine doing 8 of each 8 times? That's quite a good workout, isn't it? But if you think we'll do the cardio aspect and then we can do some weights and then we can do some core, that's a complete workout. Okay, we're going to take it down. Get your heart rate down. Just bring the heels towards the bottom, just to cool down. Bring in the heart rate. I need it. You look all right. Definitely anaerobic when you're working fast and trying to talk. Okay, just bring it to a slight little side step. Bringing the heart down, heart rate down the whole time. Never just stop. Even if you have to stop, squeeze your toes and your fingers so the blood still go around your body. Otherwise, you don't want the blood to go shoo, and then you follow. Okay, just sway now so you're coming down even more. And if you want to, take the arms high and push the palms behind you, just gently. Come into a standing and just a hip movement. Take the palms and push back. Nice. Nice little hip move. Maureen's got it going. Circle one way or the other if you want. Okay, take hold of one foot if it's safe to do so. You can hold onto the wall, or you can take 1 foot behind, push the hips under, and just bend the knees slightly. You'll still get a front of thigh stretch. If you're in this position, make sure the shoulders are back. 3, 2, 1, and change sides. So slight dip, hips forward, shoulders back. If it's too low, it becomes an exercise rather than a stretch. And he's on. Okay, we haven't done too much work, so we just finished with a big circle one way and the other. And give yourself a clap, because on Wellbeing Wednesday you learnt about Tabata. Well done, everybody. I'm back in the room. How are you feeling?
That was amazing.
I'm knackered. You kill me. You know you work me. You work me. You work me. You work me. And I'm. Benjamin was doing this at one point, but the children were not interested in exercising.
Well, they were busy doing other things. I just like the concept. Mum, perhaps you could come in here, Anne, and say, if you can speak, what you think about it, because you do it quite often.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Definitely sets me up for the day. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel proud that I've done it. And I get to see you on Zoom. in the park.
Yes, yeah. Oh, and PHA members or and anyone else watching this, just contact Kerry at the PHA hyphen Kerry at the hyphen PHA.org if
Kerry,
you're interested in joining.
but you have classes yourself, don't you?
I do classes myself. Yes,
How about telling us
online.
about how people can get in touch with you outside of the PHA?
Outside of the PHA, oh, okay, you can contact me at kmt21 at proton.me and find out what I can do for you. Thanks, Helen. Any questions from anybody about anything we did today?
That was brilliant, and I'm amazed at how quickly you got our heart rates up. So thank you so much. Feel brilliant there.
Good, I'm pleased. Oh, Kath, well done. Thank you for joining in. Any questions about anything from today? Anything to do with meditation and breathing and affirmations, looking after yourself? Everybody feeling good? Great. Okay. Well, we have gone over, so I apologise for that. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you if you're watching the recording as well. Please give us your feedback. We've now got a comment section on our YouTube channel. Please share with your friends. Tell us what you'd like to see us do. We will be here every Wednesday, 7:30 to 8:30, with all our lovely wellbeing team.
Can I put a caveat in there? Tell us what you want to do. It's not a challenge, so there's no, go and find a group. No, none of that business. This is not about tell us what to do as a challenge, what you'd like us to do. We can go far. We probably would go, a distance on certain challenges, but I'm not agreeing to a full challenge, anything.
Good point. I got carried away with the adrenaline from just working out. Yes, we're not skydiving. And it's not a bush tucker trial.
That's it. It's not a bush tucker trial. I don't mind skydiving with I did one of those once attached to a lovely young man. It was most enjoyable.
So wherever you are, happy winning Wellbeing Wednesday. Thank you to the fabulous team and thank you for taking part, watching and just being there. We love you all. Goodbye. Thank you. Mwah.